کاوش مدیا.
And likewise, if you look at the more recent rocket activity and the transition between rocket attacks and IED attacks, it's all pretty consistent, and it seems to be in accordance with a certain strategic logic, which is coherent. So I would just say, again, I never rule out the possibility, especially after the killing of Soleimani. It's possible, that personal relationships are often very important in these kind of things. But there's also, look, a lot of these groups. Soleimani was the representative of the supreme leader, who is the marja of a lot of the people in these groups. And so the chain of command goes to Khamenei and then to God. So in a way, the death of Soleimani should not have fractured that aspect of their command and control. Now, with regard to your question about Erbil, and I know you've raised this point that this was a signal to the Americans and the Kurds that if you close down the embassy in Baghdad, we'll follow you to Erbil if you relocate there. So don't think you'll have a clear way ahead of you. So again, that's there's a certain strategic logic to that. But again, getting to my point before, the point about there's often duality in Iranian behavior between their words and their actions. But the bottom line is, getting to the point that you raised here, I think the militias, the pro-Iranian proxies have shown a high degree of discipline in that, by and large, their activities almost, completely are consistent with an Iranian strategic logic. So it's impressive. What are Iran's options with the run-up to the elections, okay? Again, I think an attack before November 3rd is unlikely, okay? That could be wrong, or the assessment could change, but I think they don't want to derail the things, the way things are going right now for the Trump administration. It looks like he's not, there's a good chance he won't do well at the polls. Don't screw it up. Okay, there's a chance of backfiring if you do something. That doesn't mean that they won't perhaps try something after the elections. Okay, so there's a possibility that if Trump loses, they would want to kind of have a boot print on the seat of his pants on the way out, in order to kind of even the score for everything they did. And that might also enable them to strengthen the hand with the Biden administration by saying, look, we're still willing to throw down the gloves if need be or take up the gloves if need be.
آنچه در مورد ما میگویند.